So this game essentially plays itself, for the most part. So what I mean by that is at the beginning, you get a little story blurb, and then they tell you you can choose your character. Choose your character, and then you proceed to the first level, and then you pretty much just hit go, and your character will follow this linear path, this little track that he's on, and every time he encounters an enemy, he will then start getting into a turn-based battle with that enemy, and you'll exchange blows until you defeat the enemy or lose, and then you'll move on to the next guy, and that's pretty much how everything works. There's not much interaction to this, because usually in most turn-based battle systems, you have to put in those inputs, whether you're figuring out your strategies, or which magics you'd like to use, or you need to heal your party. Here, basically how this works is your character just kind of moves on a rail, and your input is trying to help heal your character. Essentially, you get some potions, which will buff defense, or strength, or health, or any of that. So you can do those. That's how you can kind of interact with the game. And then along with that, you will earn items at the end of each level, which then you can then craft to get a little bit better stuff. I will say that some of the enemies are actually kind of hard in this, and you're going to be wanting to grind out so that your character's a bit stronger, because I actually lost a bunch of times in the beginning. Honestly, the game kind of seems like a great fit for a phone, with how minimal the input is to the game. And lo and behold, I went and checked on the App Store, and the game is on there, available for iPhone and Android. And I do think this kind of mindless and very minimal input type game would be perfect for the phone, because say you're watching the TV, you're in the doctor's office, you're taking a crap, whatever, you can play a little bit of this, have a little bit of fun, because there is fun to be had here, and I feel like it's much better to do this on a phone, because when you play on a PC, I feel like you expect just a little bit more, and I don't think you'd want to do something this, like low-level, mindless on a PC. You'd rather be doing this along with something else. So that's why I say, if you're watching Netflix, you want to play this, you're listening to a relative you don't really want to talk to, you play this. Because if you solely focus on this game, I think you would probably get really bored very quickly. So maybe it would kind of work as if you have trouble sleeping, maybe boot this thing up, kind of let this thing play on your computer and then do that. But if you played this on your phone, I think the game's just a little bit better to have that in its portability and to be able to do two things at once because of how minimal the game is. Yeah, I will say that there is some fun to be had here. It's simple and it's kind of fun, and I will also say too that for an indie game, you can do a lot worse. A lot worse. I've played a lot worse. You could also do a lot better, but at the same time, I think for something especially on the phone, it's pretty decent. There's really not much else to say about this game. I'm really stretching it for this video. But overall, if you need something to play while you're at the doctor's office, maybe check this thing out on your phone. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, check out some of my other stuff, and I'll see you next time.